Good evening / afternoon. I promise I will be quick so that we can migrate over to the other rooms. I'm Pietro Ferrari. I'm on the board of directors for CanBIM. I'm also the chair of the Education and Research Committee. And today I'm here to speak to our recently launched, actually I keep saying that, but it's going to be close to a year soon, our CanBIM Certification program for individuals. And secondly, I'm happy to say that at the end of this presentation, we will be assigning our second round of certifications for the year 2015. Our first round was in February, and I'm happy to say we've got another 8 to issue today. And I think by the time that we finish this presentation to this morning, I've already received a number of other applications. So hopefully it's something that seems to be growing and maturing. Is there a reason why this is not advancing? There we go. So the certification program was on the radar for a while at CanBIM. The aim of the certification program, in essence, is to create and maintain a first national certification and accreditation body in Canada, providing a benchmark for individuals, companies, organizations, academic institutions, training providers to be certified to a nationally standardized, recognized levels of BIM competency and process management. And I've indicated the definitions of those two terms there. We're trying to establish, I parody it sometimes to the Wild West. Everybody seems to be assigning titles for different aspects of this role in an office or an industry, but there's no real consistent definition. So what we've decided to do is let's establish a definition based on applied experience and documented, proven applied experience. If you hit the benchmarks, you reach a certain level of recognition. We don't assign, it's not a matter of assigning titles, it's a matter of recognizing the accomplishments in the application and the integration. So we're looking at it from a different point of view. And this is basically what the aim of this certification program is. The objectives are there's a few different objectives. I've tried to summarize them here. Again, recognize and establish and guide the national industry BIM standards and competency levels to ensure that we have a very productive, healthy, and sustainable ecosystem for BIM in Canada. We'd like to maintain a national database of these certified individuals, certified companies, certified academic institutions, training providers across the board. So anybody from Vancouver to St. John's can access a list of certified organizations or individuals if they are searching for them, need them, want to hire them, want to recommend them. It is a database that all our members will have access to and information from. Establish a benchmark to be a point of reference for higher education. So not only are we looking to industry to say we want to know what you've done and we want to recognize it and set a benchmark, but hopefully this benchmark will tell the academic institutions and the training providers that are training students that are coming up through the systems, they're giving them what you tell us they need to have, not what perhaps is a theoretical, necessarily all theoretical, but what is it that they really need to do in your office, in your company, in your environment, on your site. So we're hoping to inform academia in that way as well. And to pursue constructive dialogue and mutual recognition with similar certification and accreditation bodies in other countries. And I'm glad to say that it's incredible how quickly word spread. We've been contacted from people from Australia, Iran, Chile, France. It's incredible. We're getting a lot of inquiries, so we are definitely going to pursue this CanBIM certification internationally as well, which I might be speaking ahead of. I'm not quite sure what that means, but it definitely poses a very exciting proposition. Why do you want to become certified, or why do we want to encourage certification? Of course, it's a national and international recognition that is quickly taking shape. It demonstrates to employers, clients, colleagues that you possess not just the knowledge, not the theory, but the applied experience to achieve these successful projects. As the demand for these practitioners in BIM grows, of course, the most significant benefit of the certification is the affirmation. It's a confirmation that you have applied the skills. We don't necessarily test you, but we want you to provide all the documentation that we can reference, we can call, we can document, we can verify. It's a very extensive application where your information has to be outlined specifically or it will not be processed to the approval stage. CanBIM certified professionals are well positioned, obviously. Here's the quick sell. You'll get a better job. I guess in the end that's what we're all trying to do, but it's not just about that. I think it's also about a sort of a personal thing, trying to demonstrate or trying to reach a level of exemplary work in this field. As an individual, you will be available to, or it will be possible for you to achieve 4 different levels of certification at the moment. Everything from CanBIM P1, which is level 1, right up to what would be the level 4 CanBIM Certified Professional. And there's different steps and different benchmarks and different qualifications that need to be met at every single level. And we've got, is only our second round, so we're presented still with a lot of oddities where people are jumping straight to 4 when 1 and 2 and 3 are prerequisites. So it's a little bit of a growing phase right now, but I must say that we're tackling it and handling it very effectively. You're joining, obviously, hopefully a very respected and developing group of BIM professionals and a competitive edge by being associated not just with the CanBIM, but also with CanBIM's competency levels and benchmarks. So we've broken it down into various phases, and I think this is the best way to demonstrate where we are and where we're headed. Phase 1, which we call CanBIM Certification for Individuals, actually was launched in October of last year at our Edmonton regional session. That's when it was officially made available. What we've got is 4 different levels, as I indicated, and the graphics here, hopefully it's legible. CanBIM P1, Professional Level 1, progresses in ladder-like fashion. This is an upside-down ladder, but I'm sure you understand what it means with the arrows. We would like as many as possible to proceed up to level 4 or certified professional. We've established specific competencies for each level, specific topics that need to be addressed, whether it's courses or skills or experience, specific assessment targets. So when our assessment panel sits down, they are comparing an applicant's list of experience, description of experience to specific targets that need to be met, and that is what the overall assessment is based on, and learning outcomes. So when we talk about academic or training courses, courses need to describe in their outlines very specific learning outcomes that we deem to be important to demonstrate or to mature into the subsequent levels. So we've broken it down into these 4 levels. These are all available, the descriptions of which are all available on our website. CanBIM P1, Professional Level 1, what it entails, in essence, is it is a very basic, fundamental knowledge of what BIM is. And as I say that, I realize how ironic that question is, because what is BIM? It is basically for the person that perhaps we can pull off of Front Street right now and knows nothing about what's going on in this room, and we sit him down, we give him a few hours or a couple of days of instruction, and he can walk out and realize what BIM means and what it actually involves. It's a course, and it could be a course offered by an academic institution, by a training provider, webinars. We are open to looking at different courses, and as long as they meet the objectives and the competency levels we look at, we will approve it for level 1. You need to complete the course, provide documentation, pay your application fee, it gets assessed, and you become certified. Moving up to level 2, level 1 is a prerequisite. It involves now the application of specific or generic software skills. So we're not pitching one software over another, absolutely, positively not. It is about completing a course, or specifically 1 year or 2,000 hours for someone who has not taken a course, but perhaps has learned it on their own and using it in a place of work, of applied software, BIM-related software, whatever it may be. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what field, what software. It needs to be a BIM-related software, however, for it to be considered at this level. Moving up to level 3, which is perhaps the greatest bulk of requirements that we're looking at. Level 2 is a prerequisite. Now we're beginning to get somewhat more specific. We are looking at either a recognized degree or diploma in a very specific building or infrastructure-related discipline. Depending on which of those two credentials the applicant may or may not have, there is still an accumulation of hours, applied hours that need to be completed. A degree will look for 3 years or 6,000 hours of applied experience, and a diploma is looking at 5 years or 10,000 hours. I think I made a mistake for the gentlemen, the people that were assessing one of the applications. I actually put 5 years or 10,000 years instead of hours, and one of the assessors was nice enough to point that out to me. He was quickly rejected, by the way. 10,000 years doesn't have it. But so it's a combination, right? Depending, now we're looking for you to be specific. So we're hopefully specific building-related or infrastructure-related companies will now begin to focus in on particular individuals. We also want evidence of a completion of an accredited management course. There's different courses we're looking at or going to be continually looking at over the country that offer or institutions that offer that type of course. So it's not just about the skills of applying the software anymore. Now we're getting more into the administration component, the more management-related component. So it's not just operating the software, but really going beyond that. And to top it off, proof of having contributed to or been involved with one completed building or infrastructure project utilizing multidiscipline BIM process. So again, this all is documented in the application with references, with verification, with supervisor signatures, and contact information we can verify. Level 4, P3 or level 3 is a prerequisite, again, and now we're strictly looking at having implemented, synthesized, taken everything before level 3 or level 4 and having strongly applied it in 3 completed projects using integrated multidiscipline BIM process. So you can see as it advances up the ladder, it becomes more and more relevant or relative to applied experience and complete involvement. And it's not just about sitting at a computer and learning the software. It's about learning the process and applying your skills within the process for successful projects. Certification process in and of itself, very simple. Go to the website, download the application, fillable PDF, you complete it. I think it's 645 pages. Oh no, it's only 14 pages, sorry. It expanded over the last, we've revised it already once to address more specific needs that the assessment panel needs to look at. You apply it, it gets submitted, it gets vetted prior to being submitted to our assessment panel. I'll talk about our assessment panel in a second. If you become certified, you can choose to stay at a level, whether it's 1, 2, or 3. You maintain that certification. In order to maintain that certification, you do a series of continuing professional development hours over a period of 2 years. So your certification is valid for 2 years, within which you need to complete some CPD hours, and that information will also be on the website, what's considered CPD. Or you could choose to race your way up to the ladder as quickly as possible, so you certify, and you've got a 2-year period to either maintain and renew your current certification, or hopefully get as much done within those 2 years to move yourself up to the next level. If you haven't, you just maintain your current certification, and then hopefully you'll do it over the next segment. You don't have to wait 2 years. You could do it in a year. You could apply for advancement anytime. And work your way up until you get to level 4 or certified professional. The assessment panel in and of itself, we made sure that, again, it goes out not only to experts, sorry, maybe I shouldn't use that word, the individuals we have on our board of directors who have proven themselves and are active in the industry, but also to our general membership. So it will consist of 3 reps from the board of directors, and 2 reps from the general membership body. All assessors will be full CP level 4 certified individuals. So we won't have a level 1 evaluating somebody who wants a level 3. These are all level 4 individuals that we feel have it within them to judge all the different levels. The panel will meet as necessary. At this time, we're trying to do it before every session. So we just met, I'm not on the panel itself, but the panel just met and did that last week, and we're issuing those certificates today. But that is usually about a 2 to 3 month cycle that we do it. CPD, listed there is the hours. It's a 2-year cycle, as I said. 10 hours for level 1, 15 hours for 2 and 3, and 20 hours for CP. This session could be considered a number of hours for continuing professional development. A webinar, a seminar, any course, any forum, we're going to list the specifics of that on the website very shortly. Well, I jumped ahead. Here's the elements that are considered CPD. These sessions, courses, training providers, and in-house. There's a number of large firms, large companies that want to do their own internal training. We are very happy to look at those course outlines and provide certification. So those individuals who take those courses, there's an acknowledgement that they've taken a certified course and it helps towards their certification process. Level 2, which we're hoping will happen in October at our Calgary regional session, is to establish certification for companies and organizations. It's still very drafty at the moment. Pyramids seem to be a very effective way to demonstrate this, but the benchmarks that we'd be considering and elaborating on as we go: certification, number of staff that are certified to CanBIM certification levels will indicate the competencies within the company as a whole or the organization as a whole, but again, project experience. Has there been completion of projects using full BIM process? And it will make its way up from a basic level to intermediate, advanced, and expert. These may not be the names we use, but just to give descriptive indication of what it will be. And perhaps basic will be somebody who's at pre-BIM, just level 1, knows what it is, curious about it, considering it. Modeling, collaboration, full integration. So it moves hand in hand with the individual certification. And then ideally, phase 3 of this whole certification will be courses and training. And as we do an environmental survey across the country, there's a lot of courses that are out there, and we want to be able to invite these institutions or these training providers to send us their information. We will vet it, and if it's all in order, we certify it. So again, it's that part about helping higher education and training providers to meet the needs that the industry is telling us they need from all different levels. At the moment, we have looked at a few courses that have certified courses. They've submitted their course outlines. They've been vetted. They've met the competency levels that we're looking for particular levels. So they now can offer or indicate in their courses that candidates completing those courses are eligible to qualify for CanBIM certification. So academic programs, individual courses, or entire programs. There's some colleges and universities that are beginning to offer full programs in BIM that could reach perhaps level 2 or 3, depending on the number of hours. And of course, training programs from providers and in-house training programs, as I said. The institutions you see there, we're happy to say, have offer courses that have been certified. Cégep Limoillois and Cégep de Vieux-Montréal, we certified their 2 units in February. Happy to say it's the first one in Quebec, and it was nice to do the first one in Canada, in Quebec, so we did that in February. Consequentially, because they actually use AGC of America's units, that what the Cégep have done is they've translated it into French, so it's a French programs or courses. The AGC of America has been vetted as well. Their courses are also certified. Not the entire programs just yet, but just a couple of their units. And George Brown here in Toronto also has a couple of courses that are presently certified and their BIM program is also going to be considered for certification as well. So that's the plan for certification. Level 1, or phase 1, we are well underway. Phase 2 will be launched very soon, and phase 3 is the next target on the radar. So what I am very happy to do right now is to indicate and announce who our recent certified individuals are. So if I could please have Jerry, and I believe, Jerry, is it Ian?
Yes,
if he's in the room. Ian?
Or Tom's
Ian's in the room. What we've done is we received a number of applications, and we've been able to certify, wherever you like, Jerry, certify a number of them for today. And what I'd like to do is I'd like, as I call your name up, if you could please come up to the front of the room here. Jerry and Ian will issue your certificate. There will be a quick photo op. Feel free to applaud if you like. They're not all here, so if you're in the room and if you're present, because these are, again, it's Canada-wide. We've got some here from Vancouver, Alberta, Toronto. I believe there's one from Ottawa as well. So Mark Bozell, CanBIM Professional Level 1. I don't believe Mark is here. Richard Yahia, CanBIM Professional Level 1. 2 for 2 so far. That's pretty good. Dante Casasanta, CanBIM Professional Level 2. I think Dante's here. Might as well give him a round of applause, yeah. Congratulations, Dante. Yigit Karenfil, CanBIM Professional Level 2. Yeet. Congratulations. And it's great. We have a whole range of different professions here. Dante is in the academic end of it. Yeet is with H.H. Angus. So it's good to see that it's coming from across the board. Gary McCauley, CanBIM Professional Level 2, and I don't believe Gary is here today. Jackson Fung, CanBIM Professional Level 2. Jackson. Congratulations. Jackson's with the Quadrangle Architects here in Toronto. Michael Sullivan, CanBIM Professional Level 3. Michael. Congratulations. And lastly, Mr. Scott Chatterton, happy to say CanBIM Certified Professional, so our highest level, Level 4. Congratulations, Scott. And on that note, I am done. Thank you for your time and attention. And please consider any questions. Jerry and I are glad to answer them. The information's on the website. It is really picking up steam, and it would be great to, I think it's a great thing if you can consider this and hopefully apply for certification. At this point, I think I turn the microphone over to our MC once again. Thank you again, and hope you enjoy the networking event.